Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is one very important question wherein people ask, are strings immutable? If so, why? So yes, strings are immutable. Immutable means the value once created or assigned can't be changed, right? So let's see why is it so with a practical example. There is one way of declaring a string, which is you directly assign a value, okay? This is string literal, and here, as you can say, I have assigned string s1 the value of Arun. Similarly, let's say we have string s2 which is again Arun. Okay, now we created two strings and we assigned a value. So one important thing that you need to understand is string is an object, right? When you say this in your interview, they will get the confidence that okay, you understand the concepts well. So string is an object, and this is the way of creating an object wherein you are assigning a value. Okay, now let's say we are trying to compare the values. So s1 dot equals s2. Okay, now how do we know if these methods are there or no? So if you just go to s1, click and see what all options you're getting. These are the different operations that you can do with the string. Okay, you can get a particular index, or you can see whether it is empty, and you can also see the length of the string. Okay, so these are different things that you can explore. Now coming back to this, when we print whether it is equal, of course it is true because the values are the same, so it is equal. Now there is another way of seeing whether the memory is equal as well. So how do we check that? It is by simply doing double equals to. So this will check if it belongs to the same memory. So now let me run this again, and again it will say true. Why? Because this is how string operates, right? s1 was given a new value called as Arun. Okay, now when we are creating another string with the same value, what happens is in the memory it will check first if this value is already present or no. So it will not assign a new memory if that value is already present. We'll be talking about the different memory sections like heap, stack, and all those things. And also there is something called as string constant pool, where string related memory is allocated. So say suppose s1 was assigned with the value Arun. So in string constant pool, there was Arun value that was stored there and s1 was assigned to it. Now when we again try to create a new string s2 with Arun, it will check in the string constant pool first whether there is a value called as Arun present or no. And then if it is present, it is not going to assign a new memory. It is going to refer to the same memory again. Okay, so that's why it was saying as equal. Now the other way of declaring a string is like this, using the new operator. Okay, so I am giving the same value purposely so that we can see if it is matching or no. Now let's see whether the values are equal. Now s1 and s3 I'll compare, because s3 is, this is a new way of declaring a string. Now of course it has to be true because the values are same. If you see the values are same, it's true, right? Now is the memory true as well? So sorry, I gave s2 over here, it should be s3. Let me check that again. So it is false. Why is it false? Because when we are using new keyword, that means it is allocating a new memory always, and that's why it says false, because it is a new memory allocated because of the new keyword. So this is how we have basically answered two important interview questions. One is whether strings are immutable. Why are they immutable? Because you can't change the value once assigned. And the other thing is, what is the difference between equals and equal to? So equals will always compare the value of the string, and equal to, double equals, will always compare the memory reference, right? So this is how it is. Now let's see why strings are immutable with another example. For example, let's say s1 concat nair. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we are trying to concat a new value, and let's print s1 again. Let me remove this. Okay, so it is still Arun. Why is it still Arun? Because strings are immutable. You can't change the value of the string no matter what operation you do on it, right? But again, if you assign the value with the same action and then print s1, so you can see it has been concatenated. But does this mean that it is not immutable? The answer is it is still immutable. It's just that s1 earlier had the memory reference to Arun, but now when we concatenated and assigned the new value to s1, it shifted to a new memory location, but the earlier value would still be there in the memory. So that's why, even though it might seem like okay, we were able to change the value, but still it is immutable, and you can't change the original value. It will still be there in the memory. Okay, so this is all about string being immutable and what is the difference between equals and double equal method. So these are some important questions, and especially for SDET roles, it is very important to focus on strings and arrays, because all your Java programs and there will be a lot of questions around these two topics. Most of your Java questions, programming questions are around these two topics. So we should be knowing different things. And if you need guidance in terms of preparing for mock exams and different interview preparations, so you can reach out to me via Topmat. It is there. The link is mentioned in the description below. Thank you so much.